This is our lesson for Thursday, April 2nd, our last day of the week, because tomorrow is Flex Friday. I'm excited about that. Today you do have a spelling quiz, but before we take that, I want us to look at a poem. We're going to look at another acrostic today, and this one is by Maddie, and she wrote it about her grandmother. Her grandmother's name is Joan, so you'll notice Joan goes down, and she does an excellent job with this because I want you to notice, as I've told you before, in poetry, you don't have to go by the same punctuation rules as you do with writing paragraphs. And Maddie did an excellent job with this. But let's look at what she wrote. Joan is my Nana. She is a child of God. She is amazing. I'm so proud to call her Nana. Maddie, that is beautiful. And I hope you'll give a copy of that to your Nana. All right. Class, what we're going to do is, first of all, we'll take our spelling quiz. So not yet, but in a few minutes. And then we'll come back together and go over our new spelling list. And then we're going to do some grammar. And then we'll be ready to wrap it up for the day. Okay? So when I'm finished talking, what you will do is pause the video. And then you will go and find your invitation to the Google quiz. And you'll click on that and take the quiz and submit it. After you have done that, resume the video. So go ahead and take your spelling quiz now, take your time, and do your best. Okay, I hope that your spelling quiz was easy for you. I will look over the grades and make sure that they're comparable to what you usually do. And if it's because this is a different format, if it was too difficult for you, we'll think about doing it a different way. But you guys are smart, and I'm imagining that you did just fine. Let's go ahead and look at our new spelling list. I have sent you your spelling packet for Unit 21, but if you haven't printed that yet, that's okay. We'll just look at it up here on the board. So these are words that end in IC. And if you look at the helpful hint, it says, notice that all the words on this list have 3 syllables and end with IC. The IC ending is found in adjectives like allergic and electric. The IC suffix changes a noun to an adjective like symbolic, heroic, athletic. And some IC words can be used as nouns like cosmetic and elastic. Those may actually be adjectives or nouns. Let's look at the list together. Please repeat after me. Allergic, aquatic, artistic, athletic, Atlantic, cosmetics, elastic, electric, genetic, gigantic, heroic, historic, italics, Olympics, organic, Pacific, romantic, sarcastic, specific, symbolic. I want to point out a few things. First of all, notice that some of the words are capitalized. That's because they're proper nouns or proper adjectives. I also want to point out 2 words to you, Pacific and specific. Pacific can be like the Pacific Ocean. Specific means when you're talking about something specific and not something in general. A lot of times you'll hear people mispronounce, and instead of saying specific, they say Pacific. They'll say, like, that's a Pacific fact, but that's incorrect. We don't say Pacific fact, it's specific. So make sure you don't confuse those 2, okay? Get out your grammar books. Turn to page 241. Yesterday, you should have sent me page 240. And yesterday, we looked at using ER and EST with short adjectives and adverbs to show comparison. Remember, you use ER when you're comparing 2 things. You use EST when you're comparing 3 or more. You can't always use ER and EST, however. Sometimes you use more, most, less, and least. And that's what this lesson is on. So look at the yellow box at the top of page 241. An adjective can compare nouns or pronouns. Short adjectives add ER or EST, while long adjectives use more or most or less or least to compare. For example, snowstorms are less forceful than blizzards. Than signals a comparison between snowstorms and blizzards. The adjective forceful is too long to add ER to without making the word difficult to pronounce. Look at the next example. Snow was cleared more quickly on the main roads than on the secondary roads in Merrimack County. Notice it says more quickly, not quicklier. So it's more quickly. And if you'll notice, it says dangerous is an adjective and describes avalanches compared to all other snowy weather conditions. And they don't even have the example sentence for that. So I don't know why they have that. So if that's confusing to you, it's confusing to me too. But everybody makes mistakes, even Bob Jones Press. Okay, let's look at the next part. An adverb can be used to compare actions. Short adverbs not ending in ly add er or est. Long adverbs use more or most or less or least to compare actions. Snowstorms occur less frequently in Alabama than in Vermont. The adverb frequently describes how often snowstorms occur. Less is used to compare the frequency of snowstorms in the states Alabama and Vermont. Snow was cleared more quickly on the main roads than on the secondary roads in Merrimack County. Quickly is an adverb that describes how the snow was cleared on the main roads compared to the secondary roads in Merrimack County. Do not add ER or EST at the end of an adjective or adverb when more or most or less or least is used. Look at the examples. It is correct to say the strongest winds blew across the lake. You wouldn't say the most strongest. It is correct to say the most frigid weather happens in January. You don't say the frigidest weather happens in January. Look at the little remember. Remember, use less and least in the same manner as more and most before longer adjectives and adverbs. Look at the guided practice. For numbers 1 through 3, underline the correct adjective or adverb form. The biting winds during the storm were the, would it be harmfulest or most harmful? Most harmful. Frostbite is blank in Georgia than in Minnesota. Would it be less common or least common? It would be less common because you're comparing two states. The blizzard of 1866 was one of the blank storms ever. Would you say toughest or most tough? It would actually be toughest because it's a one-syllable word, and most of the time one-syllable words end in ER or EST. Okay, write the correct form of the adjective or adverb for numbers 4 and 5. Number 4, the first snowfall was blank than the last. It would be more beautiful than the last. January is the blank month in Jackson, Wyoming. The most snowy month. All right, turn over to page 242. You've got some independent work to do. I want you to put your name and today's date, April 2nd, at the top of the paper. Do that now. For numbers 1 through 10, you underline the correct adjective or adverb. For numbers 11 through 14, you write the correct form of the adjective or adverb, and those words are given to you under the line, so you use the correct form of those words. And then for apply and write a sentence for each adjective and adverb. So you write a sentence using more modern and a sentence using most quickly. So you're going to do the whole page and then send it to me. Study your spelling, read to succeed, have a great weekend, respect your parents, and I'll see you Monday.